Okay, ito guys. As we speak, nasa Prague yata. Bohemia, si ating presidente, are very poetic, are very fashionable president. Of course, there's nothing better in this world than going to Prague, all of the beauty and everything like that out there. Now, there were a couple of discussions in between President Marcos Jr. and European leaders. In particular, the one that stood out for me is in discussion between Chancellor Scholz ng Germany and BBM over issue of ICC, for instance. Looks like the Germans are pushing for the Philippines to comply with international humanitarian law to improve the conditions on the ground. But it looks like BBM is still, at least on the surface, still playing neutral on this matter. The way Marcos tried to get out of this is to say, at least pagdating sa drug issues, he's developing a much more public policy, rehabilitative approach. I mean, what is your read on that, Ronald? Do you think that behind the scenes, I don't know about Americans, because obviously Americans have an interest in the Philippines military, but Germans, we know that Germans tend to be a little bit Germans, right? Sometimes if they really mean something, they're going to tell you. Hindi sila magpakyut, di ba? They don't tiptoe. Do you think there was some probably a little bit tense conversation behind the scenes, Schultz saying to Marcos, hey, you want to do something about this ICC and Duterte issue? No, otherwise, you're Marcos Jr. You know, we don't want to be identified with you if you're not going to do something big.
Well, katulad nga ng mga pinag-uusapan natin sa mga previous episodes, hindi pwede mag-nitpicking si BBM eh. Diba? Na sa international law, na i-invoke mo international law sa West Philippine Sea tapos hindi mo i-invoke dito sa usapin ng impunity na issue ng ICC naman, no? Dito sa kay Digong. So hindi mahirap siyang magano eh. At sa mga Europeans, walang either or eh, 'di ba? Yun yung framework ng Europe is a community of principles eh, 'di ba? It's a
values-based community.
Oh, may hindi lang siya interest eh. Binabalansin nila usually yan, pero bottom line ay hindi nila iiwanan yung mga ganong klaseng framework katulad sa human rights. Very strong sila dyan. No? You can say a lot about Europe, about the EU, pero yan yung isang minimum na hindi nila bibitawan. No? Kaya yun yung tingin ko kung gusto talaga ma-rehabilitate fully ni BBM yung Marcos brand sa international, especially sa Europe, ay kinakailangan niyang tindigan yan. No? Pero in a way, hindi naman binabago ni BBM yung kanyang posisyon eh. Kine-question niya yung jurisdiction, ang ini-invoke kasi niya, hindi na tayo membro, no? Na gray area. Pero yung kanyang sariling Supreme Court ay nagsabi unanimously na may jurisdiction ang ICC. No? Yun ang hindi niya pwedeng kontrahin. No? Sa ICC nga, nagbotohan eh, 3-2, di ba? Doon pa nga may kaunting nuancing. Pero sa ating Supreme Court, malinaw na meron jurisdiction yung ICC dahil yung kaso ay sinimulan bago tayo umalis. No? Very clear yan. No? Pero hindi naman nagbago ng posisyon si BBM. Hindi niya binawi yung kanyang posisyon na hindi makakapasok ang ICC. Ang sinasabi lang niya, jurisdiction. No? At kung yung isa rin ng madalas mo i-guess dito sa show mo ay tatanungin, ay walang pagbabago. Diba? Yung isang senador na paborito mo rin na mukhang laging kausap ng ICC, no? Si Senator Trillanes, sasabihin niya, walang pagbabago. Yan ay public posturing. No? Yan ay public posturing. Pero yung pagpasok ng ICC para sa kanya ay tuloy pa rin. No? Kaya tingnan natin kung ano yung mangyayari.
Tsaka si Sarah pa nasa Malacanang, you don't want to say something stupid. You know what I'm saying? Kung gusto mo pa umuwi, safely. I'm just saying. You want to go
Pero
safely,
ang
right?
talaga niyan, pag lumabas yung international warrant, diyan talaga magkakasubukan. Diba? Diyan talaga magkakasubukan. Pero kung gusto talagang bumango, na tingin ko yung pa rin ang gusto ni BBM, gusto niyang bumango sa international community, dapat medyo baguhin niya yung kanyang narrative. No?
Richard, may tatanong lang din ako sa iyo, Big R, Richard. May gusto natin ako tanong sa iyo. Kasi yung impression na napupunta sa akin, it's looking more and more like itong si BBM is becoming parang a consequential na president na parang he's leading the dito sa against sa China. Parang he's one of mga presidents na brave enough to stand up or rallying point. Ganun ba? Is there parang yung view sa kanya nung international na mga tao and mga leaders is parang nagiging more consequential siya na leader ngayon sa mundo?
Yeah, the answer is yes, but not because of BBM, right?
Oh,
I remember very well in some major summit. Actually, it was first the inaugural Australia ASEAN Summit in 2018. I was talking to some people and they said, "Alam mo, perfect sanang Philippines eh, 'di ba? Perfect partner sanang Philippines, especially yung ginawa. I'm not saying this dahil andyan si Ronald, pero dahil sa ginawa ni Aquino, dahil kayo yung shining democracy in the region, fastest growing economy, perfect sana kayo kasi sa lahat ng ASEAN countries, sa Pilipinas yung pinakamalapit yung shared values and traditions natin. Di ba? Hindi ka makahanap ng ibang ASEAN countries na may liberal democrat. Of course, sabog tayo in many level, but still yung familiarity. So, pero sa amin, pero si Digong yung Duterte, nagrabe naman yung government yung ganun. So, my sense is a lot of this is pent up, no? Yung mga hindi nila magawa nung panahon ni Digong, ngayon, ang ganda ng tanong mo ulit, Marka, ginagawa nila ngayon. But having said that, I want to be also fair to BBM. It's not like he's not doing what he's supposed to do on the foreign policy front. I think his swerte siya na Philippines is in a strategic sweet spot na meron tayong ganyan na mga traditional ties. But the guy is also ticking all the boxes. I want to be fair to the guy. I mean, ang concern ko lang is baka he will overdo this, di ba? And go all the way guns blazing because one of the things I appreciate with BBM is, no offense Ronald, compared sa boss mo, I think medyo mas diplomatic si BBM in terms of dealing with China issues. I think your boss, God bless his soul, sometimes he went a little bit like, chill lang. Because if you want to go that far, okay lang, make sure you have this strong military and backup of other countries. I think BBM has a better backup from the US and a far stronger military. I mean, ikaw, Ronald, anong basa mo? Thanks, Mark. That's a very good question. So I'm trying to be fair here. I think not all credit should go to Marcos. But he has to also get some credit because he's ticking the boxes. Yung speeches niya, ang ganda. Parang halos ako, parang inisip ko, kung ako nagsulat, yun din ang sasabihin ko eh. Or kung ako yung presidente, I'll say exactly things. Strategic agency, yung mga terms na ganito na ginagamit namin sa think tank world. Ikaw, Ronald?
Well, definitely. Dahil actually, yung ibig mong sabihin ay sobrang baba nung bar, no? Nung 6 years ni Digong. You cannot go wrong, no? Pero at the same time, ay meron namang ginawa si BBM, no? Na hindi lang dahil masyadong mababa yung bar, no? Meron din naman siyang ginawa, no? Para
Nag-scale up siya, as you say.
oh,
Scale up din siya.
nag-scale up siya. At minsan nga kinakabahan na yung mga ASEAN leaders katulad ni Anwar, katulad ni Lee Hsien Loong.
Singapore, yeah.
Binabatak siya pabalik na kinakabahan din sila na baka maapektuhan yung region, no? Yung ganon, no? Kaya tingin ko yun yung yes, sobrang baba ng bar kaya tayo ay nasa isang sweet spot. Pero may ginagawa rin si BBM para mag-scale up, no? Partly nakita naman niya dun sa tingin ko mahalaga yung state visit niya sa China noong January 6, 2023. Nakita niya niloloko siya ng China, nire-rehash lang yung mga commitments kay BBM eh, no? Kaya kung halimbawa seryoso yung China na bubuhos, baka mag-balancing siya. Nakita niya
Duterte siya eh. Duterte siya ng China.
Nakita niya inuulol siya eh, di ba? Kaya
grabe maulol. Duterte lang siya, oh.
Tapos nakikita naman niya yung dahil inuulol siya, wala namang papasok. So, lilipat na siya sa ibang pwedeng magpasok, no? Pwedeng kahit sa ngayon karamihan diyan ay MOU, kahit sa ngayon ay karamihan diyan ay mga LOI, no? Mas doon siya pupunta kaysa dito sa mga rehash na pang-iinsulto sa tingin niya, no? Hindi lamang sa kanya kundi sa bansa.
But Ronald, in fairness naman, I think yung ginawa niya, for instance, Lufthansa agreed to do an additional hangar dun sa bago natin airport. I mean, this is a $150 million project. And Germany and Koreans are already involved. I don't think bola lang yan. This is Germany. I mean, we know that, Ronald. Hindi sila katulad na ibang bansa na
yes, tsaka
they really want business. Yeah.
Tsaka
gusto nila business.
Tsaka nagandahan sila sa Clark. No, yung isang bank.
Yeah, they see a future. Good point. Very good point.
Pero halimbawa, itong sinasabi ni Secretary Pascual na may 14 billion na pumasok na. Yung mga kinausap ko na mga finance experts, ang tanong nila, bakit walang detalye? Ang sabi kasi ni Pascual, nandito na eh. Pag sinabi ni Pascual na nandito na yan, no, hindi na yan MOU, hindi na yan
alam mo, Ronald, feeling ko gusto mo yung trabaho ni Pascual para hindi siya pinabuli.
Hindi, gusto kong trabaho DSWD. No, hindi ka makakamali ron.
Wag.
No?
Makakasuhan tayo dyan.
You cannot go wrong do sa DSWD. No? Kaya, yun lang. Yung sinasabi na walang pumasok na 14 billion. Pero bakit walang detalye? No? Sinabi na niya yan 2-3 weeks ago eh. Hanggang ngayon walang detalye, no? So eventually, baka mapasama sila kung wala naman pala yung 14 billion. Tapos in-announce
Sayang.
nila. No?
Sayang.
Baka ipahamak nila yung presidente. Paano yung presidente? Sinasabi na rin yan eh, na may 14 billion. Pero yung mga kinausap kong financial experts, duda sila dahil walang detalye.
Yeah, medyo Duterte ang style, walang detalye. Gentleman's agreement. Baka yun.
Halimbawa, itong 4 to 5 billion daw sa Germany, di ba? Kwan yan, no? Karamihan diyan ay halos lahat yan MOU tsaka LOI, di ba? Yun yung kaya don't count your apples yet,
Yeah.
no? Di ba?
Don't
Yun
count
tsaka Big R, maraming problema ang Germany ngayon, ha? No, marami silang problema. Kailangan
Yeah. But they're desperate to invest abroad
Yeah.
para kumita, di ba? Yung Bosch
Yeah.
company.
Yeah.
Because German's economy is in recession also, except Japan forced recession, so number 3 biglang Germany. Last point, the Mark, I want to ask you, honestly, like from someone who's not specializing in foreign policy, but someone who's following very closely politics and all, hindi ba parang weird na Marcos Jr. is being ginaganon na siya, they're going gaga over him? Hindi ba ganun ang dating sa'yo? Or you think they're just being practical, reasonable, but behind the scenes maybe they're having the tough conversation, they're just being polite about this? Anong basa mo dyan?
Sino yung mga international na mga leaders and international
Western
press?
countries. I'm not talking about China.
Western countries?
Mga democratic countries, di ba? Purong leftist pa. Democrat in US, Labor in Australia, Social Democrat in Germany. Di ba, Rona? These are left, center, left governments. All of them. These are not Republican, conservative governments.
Yun nga eh. That's what I find very parang di din ako makapaniwala. Unbelievable. It's not what you would expect eh. Na coming from yung tatay niya, authoritarian leader, and na iisipin mo parang baka North Korea o baka ganung style lang gawin pero hindi. He's becoming parang is it fair to say na unti-unti parang medyo naging international na
New darling of
New darling. That's the better way
I
to say.
know that's what you had in mind. New darling.
I was going to say star pero star siguro masyadong darling.
Yeah.
Yun nga and
that's weird.
It's a matter lang of him turning that into actual investments, Pero yung sa mga trips niya, ito lang din yung sinasabi ko kasi hindi to masyadong pinag-uusapan sa online sa mga vloggers and all Pero di ba like sa Australia, like yung sa Vietnam, di ba yung Vietnam yung nagsuporta sa atin out of all the ASEAN countries. So it's not like yung pagpunta niya is it's forming
fairness, it's building the foundations of something.
Yeah, building the foundation of yung magandang relationships with the countries like Vietnam, like Japan, like Australia, which is yun dapat yung ginagawa naman kasi hindi naman tayo pwedeng umasa lang like sa US lahat. And definitely China, puro pangako lang yung ibabato sa atin. Kasi yun ang sinasabi ito yung madalas nilang sinasabi. Ito yung parang pinasok sa kanila ni Digong na dapat neutral lang. Sabi ko hindi naman neutral yung kay Digong. And sa panahon ngayon, 'di ba? Hindi you cannot go full neutral kasi parehong sides may mga magagandang inaalok 'Di ba? Pero syempre you have to form alliances then with other countries then na para pananggalang or pang-balance lang doon sa nagbabangga ang superpowers na 'yon. So I think pagdating sa online, hindi siya pinag-uusapan masyado. And the general public, hindi din ganun naiintindihan pa yung importance nung building good relationships like yung sa Vietnam and Australia. That would be helpful pagdating sa defense natin in the future. Like yung makukuha nating suporta military and yung mga gamit and yung technology. So hindi pa siya masyadong na-appreciate talaga nung public ngayon. At siguro the government should spend more effort explaining to the people yung importance.
They should get more vloggers like you to explain it.
Yun nga, nag-apply na naman ako, di ba?
Mark, tinuking ko yung DTI plans, DSWD pa lang gusto nung isa. Ikaw naman, Malacanang vlogger.
Parang si Secretary Gibo, di ba? That's a good chance for him to Kasi alam naman si Secretary Gibo, minsan tumatakbo din, gusto din maging senador in the future. Who knows, di ba? That's a great way for him to explain to people, ano ba yung trabaho ko? Bakit mahalaga yung trabaho ko? And how am I helping the Philippines in the future to become more independent na hindi tayo aasa sa kung ano mang superpower. Diba? We could build better relationships with other growing economies like India, Australia, Japan, and all lahat ng mga yon.
Mark, you're saying a good point.
Mukhang higher position ang gusto ni Gibo eh.
Medyo. Stepping stone pa rin
that
yung
would definitely help.
stepping stone ganyan.
Diba? Filipinos, they like strong-willed individuals eh. So,
pero
mas
Mark,
better
I super agree with
communication.
you. Kaya nga, di ba, we had an episode the other week na parang how shocked we are na under-advertised ang itong administration na to, considering maharlika pa naman sila. You're absolutely right. Maybe that's one thing that came out of the Duterte era which taught us something about the times, di ba? Na hindi ka pwede umasa sa mainstream traditional media alone, as important as they are, but you have to actually reach out directly, and nothing better than, of course, vlogger extraordinaire Mark Gamboa. Thank you so much for joining us in this episode. Let's do like super mini episode lang, Ronald, no, and Mark. Pag-usapan natin itong civil society convoy na yan. I think it's an important, we have to discuss it very shortly. Maraming salamat, guys. Talk to you soon.